Welcome to Discoveryland Online. I'm so glad that you're here for another week in the Silly Sound Factory. Today we're going to hear and make all sorts of fun sounds that help us tell the Bible story.
Today's true Bible story will teach us that God always keeps his promises. That's our big idea for the day. Can you say it with me, please? God always keeps his promises.
It's true. God always keeps his promises. We know that because our memory verse from the Bible tells us so. Let me teach it to you. The Lord is faithful and will keep all of his promises. Psalms 145:13. Let's do that together.
Sounds good. Here we go. The Lord is faithful and will keep all of his promises. Psalm 145:13.
Yeah. I know someone who makes me happy. I know someone who makes me dance. He's the reason my feet are moving. He's the reason I'm gonna lift my hands and clap. Clap to the sound. Jump up and down. Spin all around. I'm singing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend I know. Yeah. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend for sure. If you know it, sing it loud. If you know it, dance around and around. Oh, I know someone who makes me happy. I know someone who makes me dance. He's the reason that my feet are moving. He's the reason I'm gonna lift my hands and clap. Clap to the sound. Jump up and down. Spin all around. I'm singing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend I know. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend for sure. If you know it, sing it loud. Come on now. If you know it, dance around and around. Come on. Clap to the sound. Jump up and down. Spin all around. I'm singing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend I know. Yeah. Jesus is the very best friend. The very best friend for sure. If you know it, sing it loud. If you know it, dance around and around. Let's go. Come on. You move my feet. Forever I am marching to your beat. I lift my hands. Forever I am trusting in your plans, yeah. Oh, you see me through. Oh, I'll trust in you. I'm running free because of who you are. You're lighting me. It's shining like a star. I will never be the same. You're always in my heart. I'm running free because of who you are. I'm running free. I'm going God's way. He's changing me. I'm going God's way. And all my life my side now. You know what's best. Your ways are better than the rest, oh. Oh, you see me through. Oh, I'll trust in you. I'm running free because of who you are. You're light in me. It's shining like a star. I will never be the same. You're always in my heart. I'm running free because of who you are. I'm running free. I'm going God's way. He's changing me. I'm going God's way.
Topher the gopher, 1, 2, 3, digs a hole right under me. Slowly I start sinking down until I'm sitting on the ground. Wow, nice job, guys. I think you're ready for the Bible story. Before we get started, though, I think we need to put on those pay attention glasses. Grab them and put those babies on.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Reach out to the side and grab those listening ears and put those on and make sure that they're straight. And on 3, we're going to zip, lock, and button. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Zip, lock, and button.
And now let's get our hearts ready by praying. God, we love you so much. Help us to pay attention and learn from you during our story today. Amen.
Amen. Has anybody ever said to you, you can't do that, you're too little? I've heard that before. It's kind of sad when people say that, but it's true. There are some things you can't do when you're little. We're going to tell you some things that people do. If you think it's something a little kid could do, reach up high in the sky. If you don't think it's something a little kid could do, I want you to sit quietly in your seat and shake your head no. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Eat a popsicle. Get those arms up.
Get a job and go to work.
Buy a house.
Clean up toys.
Go to the store by yourself.
What about drive a car?
There's a lot of things little kids can't do. But did you know that there is something really old people can't do? It's true. When people get really old, they can't have babies anymore. In our true Bible story for today, God promises to give 2 special people a baby.
There's only one problem. The 2 special people are way too old to have a baby. Do you think God will still be able to keep his promise? Yes, God always keeps his promises.
Here's the really fun part for today's Bible story. We get to use these sound jars. Isn't that cool? When I open the jar, you have to be oh so quiet and listen for the sound that comes out. When you hear the sound, tell me what you think it is. Listen carefully though, because one of the jars has a happy song in it. If you hear the happy song, you get to jump up to your feet and do the happy dance with me.
If you're ready to hear today's true Bible story, give me a big thumbs up. Great! I just need your help getting the Bible out of the super duper Bible box. We need to say our special Bible words together. Repeat these special words after me. It's true. It's true. The Bible is true.
It's true. It's true. The Bible is true. There it is! Yay! In the Bible, in the book of Genesis, it says that there were 2 special people named Abraham and Sarah. Abraham and Sarah loved God very much. Can you give yourself a big hug?
But there was something that made Abraham and Sarah sad. They wanted to have a baby, but they were like old grandmas and grandpas.
Oh.
Abraham was 100 years old and Sarah was 90 years old. They are way too old to have a baby.
But then one day, something strange happened. Maybe this sound jar can help us figure out what it is. Ready?
It's the sound of someone knocking. Let's make a knocking sound together. One day, 3 strange visitors came to Abraham and Sarah's house. All 3 visitors looked like men, but they weren't. 2 of the visitors were angels, and one of them was God.
Wow, Abraham knew that these visitors were very special, so he hurried to make them feel welcome in his home. Let's open our second sound jar and see if we can figure out what Abraham did. I wonder what it is. Oh!
It's a cow. Let's make the sound of a cow mooing together.
Moo!
Abraham ran over to his herd of cows and picked up the best one. Then he took the cow to his servant so that he could be prepared for dinner. Abraham and Sarah also made some delicious bread along with the butter and milk. Rub your tummy with me and say, yummy!
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 The food was very yummy, so Abraham took the yummy food over to the 3 visitors and gave it to them to eat. While the 3 visitors were eating, God said to Abraham, I will come back in 1 year. By that time, your wife Sarah will have a baby son. Let's open our next sound jar and see if we can figure out what happens next.
It's someone laughing. Can you make a laughing sound with me? Sarah overheard what God told Abraham, and it made her laugh. The thought of having a baby at her age seemed funny to her. She thought to herself, I'm way too old and I'm worn out. Could I possibly have a baby at this age?
God heard Sarah laughing, and he said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh? Does she think I can't give her a baby? Is anything too hard for me to do? I promise you this, when I return in 1 year, Sarah will have a son. Let's open our 4th sound jar and see if we can figure out what happens next. Do you want to open?
Sure. Let's see. It's the sound of a baby crying. Can you make a baby crying sound with me? Wah! God was kind to Sarah, and a year later, Sarah gave birth to a baby son, just like God had promised. Abraham named his baby son Isaac. Sarah said, God has given me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. Let's open our last sound jar and see what's inside.
It's the happy dance music! Jump to your feet and let's do the happy dance! Abraham and Sarah were so happy that God always keeps his promises, and so am I!
In our story for today, God promised to give Abraham and Sarah a baby son. Why did Sarah laugh when God said that? That's right. Abraham and Sarah were way too old to have a baby. Sarah thought it was impossible, but nothing is impossible for God.
Do you think God can create the whole world with just his voice? Yes. Do you think God can make it rain frogs out of the sky? Yes. Do you think God can walk on top of water? Yes. Do you think God could make a dead person come alive again? Yes. He can do all of those things. Nothing is impossible for God.
God promised to give Abraham and Sarah a baby son. And even though it seemed impossible to do, God did it. That's because God always keeps his promises.
Hey, that's our big idea for today. I think we should tell it to our parents when we see them. Maybe we should practice it first, though. Who could we practice telling? We could practice telling our friend Topher the gopher. Let's see if we can find him. Uh-oh, you guys. Once again, Topher is asleep. We need to wake him up, and when he wakes up, we can tell him that God always keeps his promises.
On the count of 3, let's all yell, Topher the gopher, wake up, wake up. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Topher the gopher, wake up, wake up.
Hey, what's the big idea?
God always keeps his promises.
Wow, that is a big idea. Thanks for telling me. Bye.
Let's wave to Topher.
Let's say a prayer together and thank God for always keeping his promises. Dear God,
Dear God,
thank you for always keeping your promises,
thank you for always keeping your promises.
even when it's hard.
Even when it's hard.
We love you so much, God.
We love you so much, God.
Amen.
Amen. It's time for our blessing now. Hold out your hands to receive it. Children, may you know that nothing is too hard for God, and he will always do what he says he will.